I managed to catch most of Belgium against Egypt last night, and it's not an over-exaggeration to say that when he came on, I think Nico Raskin really made a big impact, kind of changed the game. He came on when Belgium were 1-0 down. We talked about it the other night, Scott, about Lewis Ferguson now being linked with Rangers. What do you think, if Rangers could sell Raskin for a decent fee, potentially spend it in Ferguson, do you think that would be an upgrade? Do you think that's something they should look at? Would Rangers fans be on board with it? What do you think?
I think Rangers fans should be on board with it, because I think Nico Raskin, this is the right time to try and move him on if you want to talk about trading models and whatever else. No, I think he's got 2 years left on his contract.
There was an option that got triggered, didn't it?
Yeah,
so I think there was a misapprehension or a misunderstanding that everybody thought this was Nico Raskin's final season.
That's correct.
But there was an option that was triggered in the summer, which means you still get 2 years to go.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to let that run down to
any further,
a year or any less. So when he goes to a World Cup, it feels like this might be his optimum value. And look, Nico Raskin's a really good player. Has he really done it in a Rangers jersey in terms of dominating games, winning trophies? Clearly not. So
that got nothing to do with the managers have been in charge.
Of course.
I think circumstance. I think this is another guy. There seems to be from time to time a bit of a pile-on in Nico Raskin. Nico Raskin is a terrific football player, and if I was Rangers,
do you think he influences games enough in Scotland? Big games.
I think that he's been bumped about a little bit, played in positions that don't suit. I think he's also determined to play a role, and with some managers he's been able to say, well, this is where I play. I think if managed properly, he's a hell of an asset, and if he shines for Belgium at this World Cup, you're right, Scott, it might be time, but there's another way of looking at that, is extend the contract. He says he wants to stay at Rangers, give him another couple of years, give him a wee pay rise, and then sell him when you've got 3 years left in his contract next summer. Because Nico Raskin, to me, at a point in time when Rangers are having to build again, another rebuild, Nico Raskin is one of the players that is not part of the problem. If I was Rangers, I'd be exploring, I'd be speaking to his agent saying, we give him a new contract, give him a pay rise, while he stay for the season, and maybe look at doing something next year.
I'm not sure, Dan. I think it's time to move him on. Obviously, it's going to be interesting if it's Derek McInnes coming in as manager, which we think it will be. What's his view on Raskin? What's his view on Raskin from the outside? Because obviously he's managed against him loads of times. And what will be his thoughts on the contract situation? My gut feeling is Rangers, with him going to a World Cup, would actively be looking to try and cash in on Raskin this summer. And I agree with you. I think if there's any possibility at all of getting Lewis Ferguson to Ibrox, if the price is right, and you can maybe even make a profit. If you sold Raskin for 15 to 20 million, you might get Lewis Ferguson for 8-9 million potentially.
Not a chance.
I think that'd be great.
You've got a chance to get Lewis Ferguson for 8 or 9 million.
Is that not what Bill McMurdoch did?
No. No, I think Lewis Ferguson, they were getting mega offers. His value has come down because he's not getting a game. I think you'd be looking at the absolute best price that you could get, and you'd be doing really well, would be 12.
Right, very last comment.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money. Last few comments, guys, on this, and then I'll let you go. Captain Farrell says Just would be a great Celtic signing, but we can't trust their board to do the deal. Amen to that, Captain Farrell.
Why have they not
trust the board to get the 2 assistants? Martin O'Neill's 2 assistants in a contract.
And
it's astonishing.
They've allowed, and in many ways, right, you said Mother will be delighted. If I'm Celtic, I can go and get this boy. Why would I not at least try to do it? Because now he's going to a World Cup, and by the way, the whole world is seeing what a good player that is. They didn't know about him.
Aye.
The whole world didn't know about Elijah Just. We hadn't heard of the boy until he's turned up at Motherwell. He's absolutely been on fire for a season. Celtic, this was the perfect opportunity to get in, get a deal, get it sewn cemented, get it done, and then let them go and have a great time at the World Cup. And now you just might find Celtic will have serious competition for a player that was in their own backyard. They should have had that nailed down.
It's big time. Finally, Singing the Blues says 100% we want Ferguson. Ali says Ferguson will be captain of Rangers. And I would just finish by asking you guys, say hypothetically Ferguson replaces Raskin in Rangers midfield this summer. Is that an upgrade?
I'm not sure. I like Lewis Ferguson. I've got a lot of time, and I do think he's Rangers captain material. I think they're very different football players. I think Rangers would really miss, and as much as I totally agree, I think Lewis Ferguson is a signing Rangers should be making. I think Rangers would be a much better side with Lewis Ferguson and Raskin in the midfield.
You know what, Dan? I'm going to say it as an upgrade. There you go. Because I think Lewis Ferguson, with the qualities that he's got, the understanding of the club, Scottish football, the experience that he's now got as captain of Bologna, in terms of his leadership skills above all else, he's a key player for Scotland now. Seen the other night how good he was, at World Cup level. I'm going to say Lewis Ferguson would be an upgrade on Raskin, given what I've seen of Raskin the last few years at Rangers. So if that deal can get done both ways, then I think Rangers should be looking to do it.